Joe, Ben, welcome to Printing United. Thanks for coming to support us. We're happy to have you as a customer. I want to hear your story. Tell us a little bit about Everything Marketing.
Sure. So first of all, thank you for having us here. We're glad to be here. Of course, proud and glad to be a screen customer. What we do, Everything Marketing was based on really the name there. We were going to do a little bit of everything. When we began building some of our products, we got into high volume variable print. So we got up to where we were doing anywhere from 5 to 10 million postcards a week. So that really consumed and shaped our business model in a lot of ways, that we moved more towards that variable print postcard. But we are a full service print company from that perspective. There's a lot of things we could do, but that really became the core of our business. We're based out of Shreveport. We've been family owned business there. Our president and CEO started marketing in that city 30 years ago, and still there now.
So you're doing 5 to 10 million pieces at that time, and you're doing all that on toner.
Yeah, we had at the time, when we were hitting our peak volume, we had 22 toner-based machines trying to keep up with the volume, running 22 hours a day, 2 shifts, constantly getting into overtime scenarios. But yeah, so we were trying to maintain quality. We ended up trying to go the toner route.
Were you distributing work across those 22 engines, or was a single job going on a single line? How did that work?
Yeah, so on a toner-based machine, speed is an issue.
Yeah.
And so one job could not feasibly print on one machine. We had to spread it across machines, which brought its own set of challenges, of course. Right. It was when you spread a single job across different machines, you can end up with different anomalies for sure. That was a challenge.
So you're leading right into the question then. So the question would be, you had this challenge, also some business opportunity. At that point, you're looking at Inkjet.
Yeah.
What was the main challenge that you're really trying to solve then?
Yeah, so volume, scale, speed, quality, and cost is every printer's challenge, right? We had looked at Inkjet a little bit previously, about 5 years before we actually bought our first printer from you, and the quality wasn't there, the technology wasn't there to maintain the quality and the costs associated. So we started looking at Inkjet because we needed a better solution that could handle the volume that we were running.
So tell me about your evaluation process as you started to look at the variety of manufacturers that are out there producing Inkjet. Tell me about how you planned what you were going to evaluate and then how that worked.
Sure. So we started looking at, first thing we started looking at was just costs. All right, what's going to be the raw material cost? And that narrowed down to some printers, just period, of what we were willing to have a cost be in our print. The next thing that was hugely important, we couldn't give up quality. We had plenty of real life variable use cases. So it was simply a matter of sending real life print file scenarios and saying who can give this back at a quality that's acceptable for us. We didn't have to make anything up because we knew what we needed.
Right. So you have a variety of priorities. You've got cost, you've got quality, productivity as well. How did Screen score on those various categories?
So Screen scored great in many ways. You know, we found that there was one point where we thought there was a quality issue, and quickly one of your experts came in and said, "Oh, nope, there's a setup file, a slight change to the way we produce that." It was a really easy thing to do. Taught us how to do it ourselves later, and then quality was no longer an issue. Our customers have been excited about it, and we've been able to get the volume out of it that we needed. So when we got that back, we were impressed with the quality to the point that, you know, our president was shocked that it had come off an Inkjet based on previous things we had seen. We were happy with the speed that it was printing. When we looked at the costs were where we needed to be there. And the other thing was just a big shocker that we weren't even necessarily asking the printers about, was how many pressmen it takes to keep this rolling. And, you know, maintaining 22 boxes running 22 hours a day, that answer of just a few guys was a big deal.
So you get back all these efficiencies, you get back these resources, you're producing the same amount of print in a fraction of the time.
Right.
I know a little bit of the answer, but I'd love to hear you kind of talk about what did that lead into for Everything Marketing to kind of take those resources that are suddenly available to you, and what did you guys do that has now changed your business in a big way?
Yeah, so when you're a company facing 75% decrease in labor needed, a 75% increase in efficiencies, we start looking around what that allows you to do. When we were producing, the 7 to 10 million cards a week, we're producing variable cards like this that change out, and every one of those offers is changing out, at a household level. Well, that's what we did, and it was great. Still is great. This is still a phenomenal product for us. But what we found is that we were able to do more than just one product, because our efficiencies weren't based on doing the same thing over and over. Our efficiencies were in the machine and the workflow. It's a drastically different scenario, because I don't have to do the same thing over and over to have efficiency. So we started creating new products. We started designing new things. This is a double gate fold with tear out coupons that are variable. Every single one of these coupons are variable and trackable back to the household, back to the individual, back to the offer they redeemed. A 6 by 11.5 with tear out perforated pieces that we were able to do, laminated piece, again, variable, trackable. We produced a couple of variable wraps that, like this was a grocery store that has 20 different positions that they change the offers out themselves. A small grocery store might have 75,000 SKUs in it. They can't advertise every one of them. But when they can change it based on the household they're going to, well, then they were able to send out 500 different offers in increments of these 20 spaces. So huge product. So we started creating new products, finding new ways to still be variable, still track, and maintain our efficiencies.
Filling the press at that point, so now you're running that, and in fact, it's moved into a new business for you.
So what we've done, it's actually the development of that has moved into some software development that we've done that we'll talk a little more about, but we've actually built a software application that helps businesses do things similar to us. Bring in new products, new product lines, variable direct mail, to fill up a press that's made to work more than usually we have work for.
So you guys can even help other printers, help other customers, either do this kind of work for their customers, for print going on your equipment, or also for filling up their own presses.
We're in a place that we're comfortable with our two presses and what we have the ability to fill up and put on those, that we have created another company to help other people fill their presses.
Great. I want to talk to you about that some more, but for now I just want to say thank you again for your support here this week, and we're looking forward to a good show with you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.